your news, information, and engagement. It's the Heartland at Noon on 800 CHAB.
Hey, you like the video games? Kids of all ages love the video games. Saskatchewan's largest and longest running gaming expo is returning to Moose Jaw. February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. GAX, it's called, the Gamers Expo. Semi-annual event hosted by the Moose Jaw Gamers Association since 2010. This year's event features all aspects of gaming, from computer to classic and modern consoles, card games, and board games. And here to tell us all about it and invite you is a longtime gamer. Can we call you an addicted gamer, Kristian Sjoberg?
Yeah, you can, Rob. Thanks for having me on here.
How long have you been a gamer?
Well, I'd say probably since before I was a teenager and younger. We buddies of mine, we always used to play consoles back in the day, and that's where it started. And most of us here have now continued to do that on into our 30s, 40s, and even a couple of them into their 50s.
Good fun, keeps you out of trouble.
It does, and gives us an opportunity to give back with this event as well. So
yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. The original, just before we got on the air, I was telling Kristian about the original video game, Pong, and how friends of mine in the neighborhood had Pong, and we played it for hours. It was like, it's not going to get any better than this. This is just fantastic, this Pong. And now you're telling me that the old Pong machines are worth big money? Yeah,
they are. They can be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars if they're in their original packaging and stuff.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Well, the one we played on, and we wore it out. And then
mine too.
Then there was Intellivision. I remember that. Some of the kids in the neighborhood had Intellivision. And then from there, the video arcades sprouted up, and then all the gaming systems state-of-the-art graphics in today's world, hey?
Well, and that, we're even bringing that to this gaming expo. We've got a VR setup with the virtual reality goggles, that you can stand in the middle of the room and be in a real virtual environment. And that's coming from Survivor, which is down on River Street, one of our sponsors. And they're going to have that set up there, and it's freaky. Like I've got a little 4-year-old boy, and he tried it out last year, and he started to walk off the edge of this cliff, and he stopped and started, screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, no, save me!" And because it is getting to that point where it's almost as real as what you see on TV, like the movies and stuff like that. So very interesting. And like I say, that's going to be at the Gaming Expo for people to come down and try. And the VR Survivor is down on River Street. They rent it out by the hour. You can come down. It's basically like your old arcade, but now it's just an empty room where you stand in the middle with a pair of goggles on.
Unbelievable how far we've come, hey?
Yeah, it really is.
What do you like to play? You got a video game system at home?
I do. I play online games mostly with my friends. There's ones like League of Legends is one of the big ones. Now this is getting into the large e-sport. I don't know if many people have really heard about that around here, but it's huge elsewhere in the world. And eSports, League of Legends, for example, last year the cash prizes were $49 million throughout the international tournaments.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
That's the other thing with video games now is you can hook into a system and get online and play in your own living room with people from around the world.
Yeah. And that's something people have to be aware of, is that's where most of our people that are playing these games, we come from. We sit at home, usually by ourselves, but we connect through voice chat programs where we can talk to each other. And we create those camaraderies online, but quite often never meet each other in person, whereas an event like this gives us those opportunities to meet up and actually maybe meet some new team members or, people have the same interests, where, we can get together and enjoy each other's company in person.
Yeah, very neat. Tell us about the expo that's coming up. I mean, all gamers are invited, and I'll assume you've got you said you've got the new technology right there for people to check out, but all sorts of gaming systems and all sorts of people to mingle with?
Yeah, we do. People can bring their own PCs down, either be it a laptop or a full desktop with a monitor and everything, and set those up. there is a fee to enter, but any fees that we charge cover the costs of the setup, and then any extra is actually we give to donations. But with the PCs and computers, those are all hooked up into a network both locally and on the internet. There's gaming consoles like the Nintendos, the original Nintendos and stuff like that. We also have board games and card games. Now, these are some original type board games like Monopoly. They are there, but a lot of the card games and stuff are these more unique ones where they only make like 5,000 of them. Cards Against Humanity, if you've ever played that one, it's a little racier, but we try not to have those on when we're doing because we are in St. Joe's Church and everything like that. And there are some kids around, so we do try to keep everything a little more PG, as it were.
Yeah, a family-friendly event.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So I could come as an observer, but if I want to participate, I got to pay a fee?
You do, yeah. And the fee for setting up a PC or computer is $30, and that's for the entire weekend. That also includes a pizza party on Saturday night. And then if you're not going to be doing any of the online gaming and you just want to play card games or board games, it's $15. And again, that's for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that also includes your Saturday pizza party. So
sounds like a good deal to me.
It
and
really
proceeds, you put it back into the community, hey?
We do. And we've had, over the last decade, half decade here, we've had 4 major donations that we've given each year. And the first one was to the Moose Jaw Hospital Children's Ward. We bought them an iPad. We've also given $1,000 to the Children's Miracle Network, Hospitals of Saskatoon, the Canadian Arthritis Society, in memorial of one of our members actually who passed away from arthritis. We gave $1,000 to them, and the Saskatchewan Pediatric Auditory Rehab Center. We gave them $1,100 last year. So we're looking to hopefully do the same thing this year with possibly we try to tailor things towards because of gamers and a lot of it being around kids. We're trying to tailor the donations towards children type charities. So
yeah, way to go. Good stuff. So you said it's at St. Joseph's Church, so in the church hall in the basement?
It is, yes, correct.
Okay. And February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, so a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And we can come and play Atari games, Sega, Nintendo, and more, hey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. We've got projectors there that do Jack TV games. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of those. You kind of have a smartphone. If you've got a smartphone, you bring it with you, and everyone connects to the same projector, and you play games that way. We've got, if it's a game, basically, we are interested in having it. We're also having, we just found out this week, guys coming in with a Smash Brothers tournament, which is, again, one of those big eSport games, but he's going to have a prize at the end of his tournament, just like, it's not going to be $49 million, of course, but it is going to be a prize at the end of the tournament for competitors to come and actually compete with each other. So
this is awesome. Moose Jaw Gamers Association, how many members do you have?
Well, we've got our executive, which is made up of 6 of us. But then every year for each of these gaming expos, we have a varying number. We started out just being in our basement in 2010, and now we're in a hall where we can hold up to 150 people on games and PCs and board games and card games.
You got to be careful because you get addicted to these things, don't you?
There is an aspect of that. There always is, but that's like any game, like anything out there. Really, is there is an aspect of addiction that can happen, but I mean that's not really for us to worry about. We're here to provide something of entertainment for the public. So
yeah, and that's what it's all about, entertainment for sure. I don't know if I was addicted or just obsessed with, and I have spent many hours gaming over the years. I haven't played video games for years now, but earlier this century, so not that long ago, I got hooked on an old Nintendo Entertainment System golf game. I couldn't put it down. I just had to get really, really good at it, and I did. But it's still challenging. It's still, it's not one of those games you could master. When I was a kid in the old arcades, I mastered Donkey Kong and Asteroids. And again, it was just an obsession. I had to get so good at it that they couldn't stop me. And I did. But so much fun, and really a sense of accomplishment when you get so good that nobody can beat you.
Mm-hmm. It really is. And we've had guys, some of the, like I mentioned earlier, League of Legends game, we've had guys come down from Saskatoon who are internationally ranked in the top 5%. Now, that might not sound like much if you're in a group of 100, but this is in a group of 81 million people playing monthly, and he's ranked in the top 5%. So we've had guys like that come down, and you try and play against him, and he takes on 5 people all at once by himself. And it's fun to watch those. Like, we'll actually set up kind of matches where it's him against 5 other people just to see how well he does. And it's neat to see. And those games we actually broadcast up on the stage in the hall on the big screen. So
superstars of the gaming world coming to Moose Jaw.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's the Moose Jaw Gamers Association putting on the GAX. It's called the Gamers Expo, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here in Moose Jaw, Church Hall at St. Joseph's Church. For more information, to get registered, what do we do?
Well, you can check us out at www.mjga.ca. So that's moosejawgamersassociation.ca. We're also on Facebook under Moose Jaw Gamers Association, and we can be found on Instagram as well. So we're all throughout the social medias as well. Like I say, mjga.ca is basically where you will find your registration, all the information about the event.
Very good. Anything else we need to add?
I don't think so, no. We're really excited this year. We've got you here and interviewing us, which is really exciting for us because normally the nerd culture, we're very closed in and antisocial. So it's really excited to get out and talk to some people and get some more new bodies coming into the Expo this year. So
awesome. Well, all the best to you, and I hope you make a ton of money because you donate it back to charity. That's awesome.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Kristian Sjoberg from the Moose Jaw Gamers Association on the Heartland at noon.